Hey guys, it's Stormcrasher. So today I'm bringing you guys first look at the new Vengeance Zombies map, Buried, and so this has been, announced for a while now. It looks pretty good, and I apologize that there is no sound for this intro. I have a lot of problems with recording with a tablet and also a not too decent TV, but I mean, that's as best as I can do, hopefully. And so the whole point of what they're talking about here is that they're all arguing over what do we do now, because what have we been doing so far, essentially. And so then Rustman, obviously, he is explaining some things because he obviously understands it and says that they should be going to this new place, which is Buried. And so at this point right here where you see him, he's apparently lost his mind once again, which means that somewhere along the line he's gone a bit, I don't know, crazy or something, etc. And here's the backstory. He has been wandering the earth ever since apparently this incident right here. And so this is where he started his life like that, and that's the explanation of him. But essentially he seems to be one of the leading characters though in this whole story now, it seems, because he's the one that's been suggesting that they go to this place or that place. And so, and again right here, this is a very recognizable scene from Town, obviously, and this is where he met them as well as everyone else. And so from that though, and then it's just a whole argument right here for that. So that's all they're really arguing about. So, and then apologize for that, but I'll try to get more videos up of this and the map and everything. And so before we get going, I found this out before I was able to record it because I ran out of space to record. There is some of the new guns, obviously, is the Ray Gun Mark II, as some of you might have gotten to use because they Treyarch messed up accidentally, and so you were able to use it for a short bit before the hotfix. But then a new gun in the mystery box is the Remington Old Army version or something like that. Sorry about the name, but that's what it is. It's essentially the older style Python, so it's about as strong as the Python as well. But the reload time is much better because all you do is you pull out the attachment part and the whole barrel just falls out. You put a new one, so it's much faster reload, so it's not a single reload each time. It saves you a lot of time and trouble. So that is a very good gun to actually get and use. It's a one-shot kill till, I don't know. I'm not really sure yet because this map is really big, as you'll see eventually. And so up here you're just stuck in this area. There's the M14 over there. You've got a good view of everything around you. There's a massive engine right there, and the voices will eventually talk to you and such, as they have in the other DLCs and regular zombies. So right there, you can fall off, I'm fairly certain, so don't be jumping off of that just for fun, or even dolphin diving off of that. So of course you present with the first problem is that on that ledge over there, you can't get across. I've tried jumping across and it's not possible. You will not make that jump. And so you've got zombies on 2-3 sides of everything. You can buy the M14 right there. And you're stuck with about little to nothing to do, but I read through the achievements a bit to look through and see what was a possible thing I could try to do, which I didn't get any. But one of them is to pack-a-punch a gun on round 1, which it is right here. But the thing is though, you can't use the weapons locker, and you can't use the bank either. So they've brought back the bank for this map, and so you can go and store your money in the bank like we did back in the transit. But the other thing that this means for the weapon locker is that for this achievement, which I believe is 35 gamer points, is that you gotta somehow get 5,000 points to probably pack a punch for Mustang and Sally, because that would be the most sensible thing to do. But the thing is though, I could not locate the pack a punch even after I had gone through some more of this map, and by meaning it's very large. Once we get down to that point, I'll tell you, but the point is there's about 2 sides to this whole map. There's one side where you get into it, and there's another side where you have to get to, and then you have to navigate around the whole place. There's another achievement that says to survive the maze above round 20, so they've obviously implicated some sort of maze into this map somewhere that you have to survive in, which obviously is going to be something difficult to do, I would guess, but because again, that's another 35 gamer points. And up here's the LSAT right there. It's actually 2,000 points. It's not 1,000 as I thought. So after that, you're forced to slide down here, and now you're stuck down here. There's quick revive right there. You might as well get that if you're not unsure of what the map is. Now this thing right here That's the Remington chalk. And so all these question marks around the map, you can take the chalk and then draw on it, and then therefore you can then buy the gun from there. The chalked up weapons so far that I've found, there's the Remington that you can chalk up on a question mark wherever you want, and that just lets you choose it to maybe create a different route or something, which maybe would help you in the end. And the only other weapon I've noticed so far is the AN-94 chalk. So you gotta go find that chalk, and then go find some question mark and chalk it up on there. And so that's how you get those guns. That's an exception for a few of the guns that were usually on a wall. Now this is the second room that you fall into, and this whole map is based on layers. It's either up or down, or you're staying on that layer, or you're taking a different route that will end up leading you to a sequential layer or a different part of the map. Back here is one of the pathways to get up higher without having to open more doors or having to get out onto the ground down below or in the general, commons area of the map. And the general commons area is based off of an old time town and everything else, obviously, like you've been seeing. That barrier leads into one of those buildings on the other side, and right here, this gap, you can make the jump even though it does look fairly long. You don't want to get stuck here with zombies because you will take a significant amount of damage if you don't have a jug when you fall down. And so this jump right here, you can get all over there, and then it will lead you to a new place in here, which is just led you out to here and on a balcony. Right there is a new part. Yeah, right there, see that disc is a new part. I don't know what it's used for yet. I couldn't find many other parts because this map is just so big. There's another chalk spot you can put one up on if you want to train through there. But that new part I'm still unsure of, so I can try to find something else for y'all to explain to y'all what it is. And then to get to the power, do exactly what I've done so far, and the power is right there in this room. It's just right there up on the wall, see? And so that's right where the power is. I never found a single perk in this whole gameplay, and I still haven't so far, but there is an achievement again to get 2 perks before turning on the power, so obviously we can make a turbine once again and use it to power certain things. I don't know where the parts are, honestly. I wish I could tell you and make a video for that, but this part right here is a decent training spot. You can go through the other building and go back around again, and so that's a short, small training spot if you want to try to train around there. I wouldn't advise that since it's so small of an area, but not many zombies will spawn on you though, which is an upside. So opening up this door, we get to go out into one of the commons or open areas, which is the general part of the map. And so this part contains the saloon over here, and that's the Colt 19 whatever thing that they switched the M16 to. That's the saloon over there, and that's where you can find the Bowie knife in there. You'll find the Bowie knife in the saloon, and that's where it's located. But so going around the rest of it though, that's just a black chunk of nothing. But then you just keep going around and you'll just find other buildings to go in and out of, except for this one here. But the thing about this map is that it's 2, possibly 3-sided. It's just got a lot of sides to it. Like right here, I'm on one side of it, but then once you go over a certain part of the other map, that'll be a second side of it. And so you've got to figure out how to navigate all the areas of it, because that's the only way you're going to survive. Because in the saloon, it's not the best place to get trapped because you've got little to nowhere to run and you've got obstructions all over the place, as I see right there. There is a crafting table in there, though the thing is though, with the part I've got, it does not fit in that crafting table for whatever reason, so therefore whatever pieces of things that you find, you will have to find the corresponding bench, so long as it's not a certain part, I guess, but the part I have does not fit there, as you can see. But that's the thing though, that's something you're going to have to think about if it actually carries on throughout the rest of the map, is that you can't make them universally anywhere like you could in Mob of the Dead. And the other thing is that there's many barriers that you'll find throughout the map that instead of being able to actually open them up, they're permanently there, and so you have to find a back way in to, say, a certain place. Like, I found one place where there's just a massive pile of boulders in front of it, and you can see that you can buy all the weapons inside of it, or a good lot of them, but you can't open that barrier. You gotta find a way into it. So this map definitely will take a lot more progress and then completion of it to actually get to like a lot of places. So you're really gonna have to put some time into it to get to a decent number of places, because this map is, it seems a lot larger than Mob of the Dead now. And so the one thing I can't show you in this video, because I was just being dumb and went down eventually, is that in one of the rooms where you can't buy the barrier out or anything else, there will be about a lineup of 5-6 weapons, and it includes two LMGs, couple and 4 other guns. And so that entire wall is encased within a room that has a barrier in front of it where you can see them. But again, that's an unmovable barrier. So it's gonna be like some of those other rooms where you can't move that barrier no matter what, and you have to find another one through. So this map right here looks like you can't make it because it's just completely like that. You can make it, but it most likely will break because a lot of these structures I've found, if you stand on them too long or something happens, they'll break. Then when you're going through this corridor, don't get stuck over there. It's a bad place to get stuck whenever you're training. You don't want to make that mistake. Same idea over there. You can see the outside world actually, surprisingly, for a short bit. And then, you know, watch out for that as well when you're running down that corridor. It will just fall out from under you. So, hopefully this has been a pretty good video for you guys. 5 rounds in and I've only been on, say, one spot for the whole map is the thing. So there's still a whole lot more of this map to be discovered, but hopefully I can find some more later on. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. So